Do anything without.
Now recording.
And then we'll go.
What a bro.
He's the ultimate bro. He does it for free. He doesn't want anything from us. Just our friendship. And, you know, to copy our voices.
And someday to dominate us.
Well, only
if it can be me, I would very much appreciate it. Yeah.
Someday
Like,
Craig is going to come back and blackmail us for all the dumb shit that we've said.
I mean, like one-for-one replacement, like the
How
world's
is it
end.
any, I mean, we've been recording it and posting it publicly, so I feel like Craig, he ain't getting anything that isn't already being given away for free. You know what I'm saying?
I played
Craig just
Skull
has a better
Shackles. If somebody was gonna blackmail me, it was gonna already happen.
Sure, yeah,
yeah,
that tracks.
Okay. Well, I have created, or at least I tried to make a shelf. You guys can access this map anytime you want. It's a player map. So if you want to come check in on it, if you feel like there should be more on here, or I've missed somebody, like message me on Discord who it is, and I'll try to track them down. Sometimes an NPC is just an artwork in chat that doesn't have a mini, so you know, shit happens sometimes. But if you're like, nah, they have to be on the shelf, I'll track them down. We'll get them on there. And yeah.
Where's Bubbles?
Well, that's like just some Where's Waldo shit going on here. He right here.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought he had a large token. I was like, I don't see him anymore.
No, he's a teacup gorilla. Let's see. I would say we probably want a section of a shelf that's like for your active crew and B team. For now, I just kind of stuffed everybody, you know, on the shelf. There had been questions like, can we get access to everybody so we can move everybody around? That would be a little difficult for me to set up. I'd either have to make placeholders or just crack open every NPC's character sheet and give them to you. But there's like I hide GM notes on the character sheets, so I don't want you to open it and be like, this person's planning to kill you or something like that. So
Secretly
All
your
right.
father.
yeah, I'll take you guys back to the dashboard. There we go. You can go back there and look at all the other Pokemon you've collected.
Yeah, I like the idea of being able to label it, because then we could have one that's like, okay, these are the people that are on like the Sky Bleeder, and these are the people that are on the Sky Haven. This is our active B team.
I'll get like a little metal plaque tile.
Really cool.
Yeah, and then we can just use the text tool inside, but we can we can have as many of these like little metal nameplates as we want, and we can just label it in Foundry, move everything around.
Yeah,
I wanted to keep
awesome.
it like pretty modular, so. Another thing you could do is if you didn't want to have that moving cloud in the background, you could drop like themed backdrops for each shelf. So like,
Ooh, that'd be neat.
you know what I'm saying? I think so
Yeah,
it's got some potential. I'm trying to justify the 45 minutes I spent making it in Photoshop this evening. All right. 281. Okay, that's a great number. Oh, yeah, 281. Expiration. Okay, 281 is in the self-assessment stress category. What go-to coping strategies help you get through moments of emotional or physical pain? For example, Captain Jade trying to keep it together in any social encounter you guys have entered lately. She's not here to answer that question though. While you ruminate upon that question, would anybody like a third hero point? And I think everyone should be able to just draw 3 hero cards now.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah. Anybody for the recap? It was a very roleplay, plot-heavy session, so there is quite a bit to recap. And unfortunately, it's not just we got poisoned and diseased.
Look at that.
By fungo
Amazing.
monsters. Going once, going twice. Gold Leaf. You're up. I've reassigned Gold Leaf to you so that you could do the recap. So.
Wait, say that again?
I said I reassigned Gold Leaf to you so that you could do the recap. So I'm still in last night's trauma response where we had to keep like re-adding you to the game every 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah.
That was
yeah.
Alright. Well, last time on Skyhaven, we are still in Carthalon, the settlement that was established by I guess you can call them refugees, or I guess not the best terms, but the people who spirited away from Terranathus in the Stone District in order to not be under its rule anymore. And we were still in the midst of our discussions with the 3 echoes, the Minotaur ladies, who are the central figures, leadership authorities, etc. This settlement. We've mostly come to an understanding that we're gonna travel on their behest as they are willing to assist us with our construction efforts and essentially unite both of our groups together. There was a small little detail of how they wanted to deal with Terranathus, which we're still unsure of. They seem to have an idea and maybe even the means of dealing with the city. Though we're not sure on the actual specifics. They were very mum on that. But for now, I guess at least we've come to some kind of understanding and agreement. So, on to the banquet that was thrown in our honor of this connected relationship, as well as our previous heroics in saving some of their kind. And yeah, it was pretty much just a night of celebration, revelry, little bit of tension. Isaac still trying to get into. Does she even wear pants? I guess the straps of Maleo, but being cop blocked by Merilith. Cloudhoof had learned about his origin, his father being one of the Jathun princes, not the main prince of their empire.
No,
but
he was.
No, he's
Not
not
the
the
em-
he's
not
not
the
the
empire.
he's not the sultanate of like the whole empire, but he is the
Yeah,
leader of the closest settlement.
Amun
Sarmun
Kalara. Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
leader
yeah,
of
yeah.
Amun Kalara, but not of their full empire. But yeah, what else had happened?
Oh, some carousing.
Yeah, carousing by the rest of the party. Surprisingly, nothing extreme happened. I'm quite proud of them. And then towards the end of that night, Goldleaf had asked Cloudhoof's mom about her connections with the Jathum, and he revealed his connections with the Jathum, trying to find some answers of his own. You'll have to watch the episode for more. But yeah, other than that, we rested for the evening, and I guess waking up on the next day, with the celebration having completed, and figuring out what we're going to do next. Our plan was to go back to the Hydro Forge and inform our allies of this new alliance, or other alliances that we've been slowly building.
Okay. All right, go ahead and take your third hero point. And is anybody for a D3 that get a D20 roll after the fact want to answer the question? All right, we got a 6 from Songbow going once, and going twice. Okay. The streak ends. Nice. All right, Songbow, what's the answer?
When Songbow needs to get through moments of emotional or physical pain, he just hyperfixates on some engineering problem. Whether he's like, I'm going to build this thing, and then he devotes all of his mental power towards that, to where he pushes down and avoids confronting any emotional distress that he's in. Or if he's in physical pain, it's more of a, like, let me think about this thing really hard so it distracts me from the injury that I have. But yeah, his solution to everything is, yes, but what about crafting?
Okay. Good answer.
And obviously the NPC we need to ask is Violet.
Oh,
Thank you.
Ah!
I
Never gonna
I
get
didn't
away
even
from
roll
that.
because I assumed that we all knew.
One day
Okay.
she's gonna make a roll with like plus 20.
Let's see.
20? More like 50.
They stack some.
It's gonna be 50 at this point.
And it'll be against Isaac.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Magical compulsion to hell of a drug. Let's see. When she is stressed, what does she do to feel better? Oof. She normally go-to coping strategies help to get through. All right. See, moments can be a long time. If she's under a lot of sustained stress, the amount of virgins whose life force she depletes goes up. If it's an immediate, like, it's happening right now, what am I gonna do, kind of thing, she just goes to the highlight reel in the back of her mind. She just plays back the sweetest moments of her life, the most the most impure and intimate moments that no one can ever know about. But since this is a meta thing, she remembers all the times that she was able to publicly hold hands with people with the fingers interlocked. Something considered taboo amongst her people. So, yep. All right. Gusting. Sorry, I need a minute to try not to throw up all over my microphone. All right. So, with all that sorted, I mean, yeah, we left off at that big plot reveal? Question mark? Or no, we went to morning, right? We
Yeah,
partied
we went
all
to morning.
night, and it's the morning. Okay, so we could just stay here on the dashboard. You guys could tell me what you're getting up to. Did you get your did Nulo show up with the stuff? Okay. And then
Wait, what?
yeah, you guys are getting a sending stone or whatever.
Oh, that's okay. That's what you're talking about.
Echo stone. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I guess you'll just put it in your party stash. Loop. There you go. Ah, it's a typo. All the time. My whole life is typos. But now I have typos in 2 languages, so that's fun. All right. Yeah, so the Echo Stone is 10 minutes of communication to other attuned Echo Stones within the same plane of existence. Needs 8 hours to recharge. So in 5e, this would be a joke item. But here in Pathfinder 2e, this is very powerful. Very powerful. And so we're going to pretend it's very powerful because we're in Pathfinder. We're not going to cast any shade about anything else. All right. Let's see.
Man, something
What
still
would
wishes
be-
it could be an Echo Stone.
Right? Exactly.
You
Sending
you just get to cast ascending, and it's once per day, not even 8 hours recharge. 24 hours.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to pick out the music that we had. I think we're using Poke Village for this one. Here we go. We had a scare earlier this week. Kankubot didn't get its paperwork in order for some kind of update to Discord, and we were reduced to having to use music through Foundry. It was traumatizing, to say the least. But just in case it ever happens again, I'm putting together the greatest hits album to have just in case. All right, so you guys in perceived morning of the perceived next day, you are gathered around your little ship that has way too many people. You'll be saying goodbye to Kevin, Inky Baby, Bree, Ashlyn, and Nuke Tailspin. Berg McLovin says he'll continue to serve if you'll have him, but not for lunch. And then he kind of like takes a little meaty elbow, kind of pretends to elbow you guys when he says that. But also his beady eyes are definitely gauging whether or not you think it's a joke. That has a lot to do with if he stays or not. All right, that's it. He's rolling.
Welcome
He's
to
rolling.
board.
He's rolling an insight. He's rolling an insight. He can't trust you
Oh.
guys.
I would like him to come. It's emergency food.
Let me check this perception. Wow, he has the lowest perception I've ever seen. How is this possible? Is it even skilled?
He's a hamburger. He doesn't really have eyes. What are you fucking talking about?
Those are just 2 poppy seeds.
Yeah, there's a poppy.
I like to think they're like boiled blood.
Ew.
That's disturbing.
All right. All right, Songbow, would you ever eat Berg? This isn't a fanspiration question or a factspiration question. Oh, speaking of,
Like-
do you guys want to draw from this deck, or do you feel like today is going to be a lot of administration and like moving around?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Songbow, just like he would never eat Violet, would never eat Berg.
Okay. Fair enough. Guy doesn't like roast beef, I guess. Hey, now I'm trying to I'm elbowing you guys through the microphone. No? Okay. His perception is too low to tell if any of you could eat him besides Songbow. And so he will join the crew. You get a little pop-up. Berg has joined the B team.
Awesome.
I don't know what he does yet because B team abilities have to be like unlocked through gameplay. They don't just immediately have them. But he's there. And Violet, you're not there. Get out of here. Okay. Nulo is joining, but should she join as a B team member? If she joins as a B team member, you guys might take her on adventures, and then she could keep an even closer eye on you guys.
Well, you say it
But
like
if she offers to join the B team right away, it's going to seem a little too much like a plant. Okay, she'll wait. And then Maleo and the three individuals, they are there at the docks to see you guys off on your adventure. Nezuke Pon is tempted to stay, but also she has heard from your other NPCs that Silver Eye is aligned with you guys. And so Silver Eye is actually one of her very good friends.
Wow.
You might have missed it, but Silver Eye did mention that one of her best friends returned as a hippopotamus from the zoo. Yeah, see, that's the level of foreshadowing I threw down there for you. This is just a random fucking hippopotamus. All right.
What? I couldn't tell because of the necklaces.
So if you are willing to have her, she will journey with you.
Yeah.
If recruited as a B team member, Gambler's Blessing or whatever is fucking strong. Just so you guys know. So keep that in mind. Callus will continue to be a part of the B team. He does not want to stay here. Puck just hops on the ship.
Nulo, Callista, you, and Nezuke all have red borders for me. So I don't know if we need to adjust their alignment.
Yeah, there's no easy way for me
So does
to.
Bree, but
There's no fast way for me to do it, so I have to just go one at a time. Who else has it? Callista?
yes.
Okay.
And then you, Shinzo, and Nezuke Pan. And then
Bro,
also some of the ones that we're leaving behind.
I'm a real person. I don't have a miniature character in the game. Wish you would stop. You're trying to confuse me. You said Bree's got a red one? Okay.
Ashlyn.
Oh, Ashlyn. Okay. Nuke.
And Mr. Shinzo.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Is that better?
Yeah. Alright. Nezuke. Okay. Oh, there used to be a macro you could run that would just change affiliation. Alas. Oh, I guess I'll switch these guys to be your allies too. Here you go. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Alright, now if I recall, your goal is to return to your base of operations and
Catch
pick
everyone
out get your actual ship, drop this ship off send the undead pirates off in this ship.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yep.
That does leave everyone at the Hydra Forge like landlocked because you only have 2 ships.
Yep. Not much we
Okay.
can do about that. Unless you start bringing more skiffs and stuff so they can fly around for a bit. Or make another ship at Port Peril, but we ain't that rich.
I mean, you do got all that, cold iron. All right. As you sail away, I will delete these NPCs off of this here dashboard. Goodbye, guys.
I did want to ask
Oh, what?
Oscar
Okay.
would be with them.
Malith
Yeah.
if they could possibly help me to befriend a fire elemental. Assist me on my journey.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, she can, cause class feature. And she will. We will assume that while everyone else was getting underway, she kind of gave you like the crash course in doing such a thing.
Okay.
But what are you hoping they have a fire elemental here, or that she is able to get one for you? Is that part of this, or are you just trying to learn the technique of taming one?
I'm trying to find one to bond with because I've bonded with Gravel.
Oh,
I need
okay.
to get a second companion for.
All right, so she doesn't have any on hand, but roleplay wise, she does walk you through the steps of like binding one into service, which is different than maybe your approach, which is Pokemon friendship. But her approach as an arcane spellcaster is binding them into service kind of thing. She doesn't teach you like the formal planar binding spell, but you guys go over the details. But she does inform you that she does not have a fire elemental creature handy, but there are such creatures in the elemental plane of air. They can be found if you wanted to go kind of track one down. But you do know in your heart of hearts that technically there's a fire elemental on your ship.
I was just about to ask that. Like, is there one there?
I'd feel bad about stealing the engine of the ship for a companion.
You'd also be stealing.
Unless they
Catherine's
separate,
best
like-
That
friend.
would be
Unless they
fan-fucking-tastic,
separate like
though.
budding.
Well, with the techniques she taught you, you could try. Is what I'm saying. Like she,
Okay.
you could try. You could try to leverage your class ability, especially if you post it in the chat so we can all read it. She does tell you that in hex C16 there is a volcano. If you're ever in that area of C16, you could try to pick up fire.
I'm not
creatures
seeing the
Oh, do
access
you see
labels.
the labels on the sides and the top and bottom though?
No.
Like, oh really? Oh,
We used to
I
be
thought
able to.
that is so weird. All right. Because there's no vision on this map, right? Everyone should be able to see. They're not hidden. Like up here, you guys don't see these numbers?
Nope.
Nope.
Fucking crazy. All right. Because they're not restricted. Let's see.
You can just
Text.
ping the hex and then we'll
Yeah,
worry
yeah.
about it later.
Huh. I have no idea why that turned off for you guys.
Yeah, because I
Alright.
remember we used to be able to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's C16 right there.
Okay.
It's kind of important that you guys are able to see them. Okay.
But yeah, I think if you could
Fucking weird.
befriend the elemental that is that like engine, and then we like retrofit the engine to be a different type of engine, like Isaac and I think that would be pretty fantastic. And plus, it would give us like I don't want to just like we met Gravel and like you developed a relationship with Gravel and like that was neat. I don't want you to not have something like that for your fire elemental also.
Yeah,
like
we
I
have
don't want it to
cold
just be a
iron.
random one we found somewhere.
We have cold iron, and that like I'm sure that like that has some sort of magical property. Like
Well,
maybe
plus
we could...
the fire elemental's friends with the captain lady, right?
With the Iron Queen, yeah, her best friend.
Yeah. So
yeah.
You'd be taking
Yeah,
that from
I think-
her.
well, no, we would be getting her out of her like prison. Like we'd be like releasing her friend effectively.
That's true.
I think that if we work with the Iron Queen to do it, like to lower the chances of the fire elemental, like
The fire missile
going
also
crazy
feeds
when
on
we release
people.
them.
Yeah.
Just currently, that doesn't
I
necessarily
mean-
that's the only way.
I mean, a lot of fire creatures are on the 9 alignments system are evil. But they are elementals, so they are not bound by alignment per se, because they don't understand alignment. Is the
I
thing.
mean,
I think
mean, as
that
long
the
as we
sal-
feed
I
it
think the
bad.
salamanders of the city of Brass definitely understand alignment and they're lawful evil. I'll die on that hill. But nowadays they say, oh, elementals don't know no better. Okay.
I will say there are bad people, right? Like
yeah, that's true.
we could just feed it bad people.
Haven't you seen the play Santa Clarita Diet? You just have to only eat bad people.
Right? Yeah.
Is that how that works?
I guess
I mean,
so.
she's like a zombie and she eats bad people.
Only bad people.
Would not recommend.
For the most part.
Is that the show with Drew Barrymore or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Fucking
binged
awful.
it in 2 days while Haley was gone.
Damn.
I thought you said Santa Maria at first. And I was like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, the ship.
yeah. It eats only good people, I think.
Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, I can meet
Okay.
you halfway. She can increase your skill at doing it, but there are no fire elementals here. They wouldn't want fire elementals on this island.
Gotcha.
Too dangerous. I mean, you're very brave to be trying to tame a fire elemental. Like, so brave. All right. Anything else that you guys need before you set sail?
That's it for me.
Okay. Then, as you guys set sail, you are currently using fire elemental engine, right? Like you guys. Okay. All right. So you hop
this only
in.
has the one, right? It's just the Skyhaven has, I think, the main engine and the backup engine.
Yes, correct. All right. So you're just going one hex. All right. You guys doing any exploration activities as you go, or no?
Does Cloudhoof voice that he is considering possibly trying to bond with the engine elemental?
Well, I mean, he would kind of say he's looking to meet some other elementals
In his area?
to bond with.
Right.
Like to go on pleasant sky rides.
So
That's a great
just
relationship
don't
with
wanna-
his mother.
Songbo would like to spend his exploration action exploring the idea of removing one of the backup engine from the Skyhaven and installing it in place of the fire elemental engine.
Okay.
Just sort of like to get a feel for how long that would take or whether it'd be possible.
I don't have anybody to back up navigate, right? Otherwise, I would think I'm the only helmsman, really. So.
You're just going from one hex to the other. I mean, there are other people who could try. You got Dust on the ship. Like, if you wanted him to do it, like technically
Okay.
he's proficient. Let's see.
I wasn't sure I could do anything else with. Okay, maybe I'll start up a dialogue with our fire elemental. At least try talking with them. Oh, could we compromise and say that they taught me the fire elemental speech?
If you have the slots for it and stuff, do you have the support for it?
Let's see. No, I do. Never mind. I only have 3.
How are you able to like telepathically communicate with your bonded elementals?
You could also do a retrain if you wanted to. If you had a language you were willing to lose, we could say that was part of the training.
Because you only have 2 plus your intelligence modifier, right? Yeah. Yeah,
I
a
think it's only
retrain.
1 plus intelligence modifier, but some like heritages and backgrounds give you an extra one.
Well, I mean, I had common plus Jotun for Minotaur.
Yeah.
Though I don't think Minotaurs use Jotun very much.
I think that is their native tongue though is based on that. It's just the ones
for Minotaur
yeah.
speech. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a
probably
variation.
keep that then.
Yeah.
I do have Caesarian.
Hey, me too.
Cicerin. I'm not sure how you pronounce that.
Cicerin, I think. Out of curiosity, what did everybody get at level 6?
Oh, that's a great question.
Sign language.
Hell yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got a battle form, which lets me take on 2 aspects when I transform. But I lose the ability for speech and wield items.
Oh shit. Okay.
The last feat was the ability to get an additional companion.
Oh nice.
The free archetype feat.
So I picked up for my archetype superior propulsion. So now whenever we do a piloting check to drive the vehicle, and it's a 2 or 3 action activity, depending on what type of engine our vehicle that we're in has, it'll do extra shit.
Nice.
And then also I think I can become invisible now.
That's always cool.
It's called Clear as Air.
All right. So it sounds like Cloud is going to try to befriend the fire elemental. You're going to have Dust pilot the plane. Okay, Songbo's going to research what and how he can do to change the engine situation on this ship. All right, Isaac, what are you getting up to?
I would like to do nothing.
Oh, okay. Fair
Hell
enough.
yeah.
All right. Oh, is this a morning period for you?
I guess.
Okay. Dang. All right.
Jade's gonna aid Dust.
Okay.
Can she just like say she's giving him a pep talk, and then that's like a diplomacy roll? Or-
Absolutely, yep. Diplomacy roll. All right. What about you, Goldleaf?
He's integrating
yeah, look at
the
that.
people that we picked up from Park One.
Okay.
So
Oh,
spending your-
right. Yeah. All right. Let me grab those for you. Mm-mm-mm.
Are you turning around and giving Nulo tour?
Well, no,
except
he
that
went. He
instead of
went.
it
And
being-
he went and recruited some peeps. He went. And
Oh
recruited
yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
some- Okay.
One
Let's
of which
see.
was a mason, stonemason.
Mm-mm. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. There. Hmm. Ah, right. Okay. Mhm. Oh, I know where they are. I left them on the market map. Be right back. Let's see. Carthlon, Village Market. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, and then let's see here and here. All right. You guys should definitely, while I'm grabbing these guys, discuss strategy and such and plans, because again, sandbox game, so whatever you guys are doing and wherever you guys are going is completely going to be up to you guys. So
Okay.
I think Vetch, as soon as they took off, he started a little journal that he's gonna keep for himself. He's doing nothing. You know that episode of SpongeBob where he works on a class assignment and he makes that exaggerated once upon a time kind of thing, like they do in medieval texts, like the exaggerated first letter. He just does that all day.
Like an illustrated text
Yeah, exactly. He just does one of those all
or
day.
illuminated. That's what it's called.
Yeah, there it
Illuminated
is.
text.
You got it. It's like, this will be my story, and then I'll tell Bree when I get home.
It's just
Aw.
a giant V.
let's see.
Once upon a time.
Okay, got Doc Lob. All right, Karza and Rethok. Mm-mm-mm. Unique.
So, do we want to hang out at like? Are we wanting to do something at the Hydro Forge when we get there, or do we think we should just move on and go straight to like drop people off, relay orders, and then go straight to Port Eclipse? Or, yeah, that's what's going.
No, I mean we really got to figure out what are we trying to accomplish. I mean that's a big deal.
I think we should send the pirates with the cursed treasure to like the vampire pirates to the other vampires and attempt to like trade all of that for another ship or something. I don't know what the value of their loot is versus the value of a ship, but having another ship would be nice so that we could have one
Or at
to
least-
leave at the Hydro Forge in case they needed it for anything.
Yeah, if not another ship, at least funds enough to purchase a ship.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if those
yeah.
people would be willing to give a
Well,
ship.
it might be a thing where like if you're just trading, you get more out of it than if you were trying to like get money out of it and then spend that money on something else. Like they might be more willing to just trade the boat for it. I don't know.
Launder some money.
I mean, effectively.
Oh, because you're getting it so
Kurt.
far. You're getting it so far out of the reach of the council and the, the city and its enemies that you're kind of just removing it from the board, but also profiting.
Yep.
Got it.
Well, I mean, it's also because it's cursed, and if undead have it, they're not going to be affected by it. So
I mean, undead could be cursed.
Well, right.
I
But
thought
this
the
particular
curse makes them
curse-
undead.
The particular curse that was on the thing only affected like living people, I thought.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Let's
Which
see.
I still want them to try to sell as a security benefit.
Use it as a
Rather than
a
marketing-
downside.
marketing scheme.
Lex, these minotaurs are large. Your ship is, I mean, it's going to be a tight ride. You know what? I don't think they really can have too much ship activities. Like sitting and thinking, like you're doing, is fine, Songbo. Trying to talk to the engine is fine, but I think it's so crowded on the ship that other than like just maintaining the ship and like quiet contemplation and talking, I don't really think there's too much we could do here. All right, I have.
Well, I'd spun a yarn for 28 just to talk with them. So.
Ooh, okay.
Distract people from how crowded it is.
From how crowded, how
Pretty
miserably
much.
crowded it is. Okay. All right. So, these are the people that you have managed to recruit. Let's see. Hold on, the music dropped on me.
I have a question about a
Gosh.
feat I took. Would this allow me to mount enemies or just normal mounts?
I think you have to be willing to be mounted.
Is that a thing?
Mounting leap, you're within 10 feet of a creature that is at least one size larger than you and is will. It says right there, is
willing
willing
mount.
to
Yeah,
be your
okay.
mount. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's good because you don't have to be adjacent, and that's very good for a tiny because you have 0 reach. So you are never adjacent to anything. You have to be in their space. So in a way, that's actually like 15 feet if you think about it. For a tiny.
Short, yeah.
Yeah.
Could I use
So
it
it
to
ain't
mount
bad.
Cloudhoof? Cloudhoof?
If
You willing?
If he's willing that day, yeah.
Isn't there like a whole lot of stuff abilities you lose if you're the quote unquote mount for something?
Not if they're tiny.
Okay.
Tiny just breaks all the rules, which I'm learning in my Tuesday game because somebody made a pixie assassin and he can pretty much just solo everything. It's fucking crazy.
Sounds like Laura Bailey.
Let's see. All right. So here are your recruits. Goldleaf. So first up, she introduces herself as Karza Stormhorn. She is excited about being a pirate. She heard the adventures that you were speaking of during the dinner, and it excited her in ways she had never been excited in before. She is ready
That effect on people.
she's ready to explore the skies with you, and chart a course to a greater tomorrow. And when she says that with bold proclamation and a loud shouting voice, it is done boobily.
I know how to pick them.
Okay. She has
That you
she has no skills at all. except athletics, survival, and intimidation.
She's a
Because
blank
she's
slate. She could be molded.
All right. Okay. With her is her childhood friend, Rethok Ironstride. Rethok, a big boy, muscle on top of muscle. He's definitely not in love with his childhood friend, and he's just going not to keep an eye on her or to keep her safe, but because, yeah, it sounds really fun to be a pirate. It's not true. He doesn't really want to go. He has no skills at all except athletics, intimidation, and survival.
He's a blank slate. He can be molded.
But Nulo says, "Do not worry. The echoes heard your request for a stone mason, and they are sending one of our best and brightest." And he approaches you and he says, "I am Doclob. Doclob Stone Shoer."
Great to meet you, Doc Lob. You seem very excited.
I am very excited. You're going to see the Medusa lady that can turn leviathans into stone. That's what I signed up for, right?
That is one of the places we are heading.
This isn't a situation where I'm going to just be managing construction site for the rest of my life, is it? Because I heard your stories at the festival, at the feast, and they moved me in ways I've never been moved before.
That will be one of your responsibilities. We are going to need an expert when we deal with her, so I think you are a great candidate to assist us in that matter.
Okay. He high fives the other two. He has a great many skills, including geology lore.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. In case you were wondering, yep. He's also a kobold earth diver, which is a pretty badass class. He has a burrow speed, and he can make the ground beneath creatures collapse underneath them and drop them into a pit trap. Mid-combat.
Nice.
Only takes 2 Pac-Mans.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So obviously his B-team ability would involve some pass wall, if you know what I mean. But you gotta, you have to unlock that. So.
He's not
all
a
right.
blank slate and cannot be molded. However, his specialties is appreciated.
Okay. Rethok is going to do just a quick perception check. He wants to make sure that nobody is oogling or eyeballing his childhood friend who he's not in love with. It's just a platonic friendship. He got a nat fucking 20. Which fucking he knows who you are. So which is anyone oogling his childhood friend that he's only interested in as a friend and has never had a crush on and is not in love with? Is there anybody here that he needs to watch out for? You have to tell me. He got a nat 20 34.
I mean, just by nature, gold leaf is a danger to any woman possible.
All right. So, all right.
But
so
you don't think that he's making any type of attempts at her. But just his overall presence is, this guy could be trouble. I need to keep an eye on him.
Okay. Okay.
Judging off of past Jade roleplay, I would say that she notices and is appreciative, but that's as far as it extends.
Yeah, that's true.
Songbow is just immediately talking to Doclov about rocks, so.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put a debuff on anybody that is a perceived threat here. All right, so I'm gonna put that on. All right. You said the captain was gonna be a threat. All right.
You know what you are.
This reminds me of that black mark that
Isaac, I need to know. Were you
Mm.
eyeballing his childhood friend in any way? Do you have any ill intentions?
No.
This pure Minotaur maiden? Nothing? You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
The heartbreak is too
I'm not
strong.
looking. I'm not looking at anything.
All right, Bubbles gets marked.
I give him a high five. Oh no.
Billy Bong gets marked. Hoping the captain doesn't see.
Oh, Alex. Scandalous.
Cassian gets marked. Berg gets marked. He likes beef.
I was gonna say,
You, deeply ashamed.
you, how scandalous. You know,
Puck.
fucking Puck's over here. He was his ass was right behind Bubbles.
Okay. He looks pretty upset. He looks pretty upset. Like enemies everywhere. How is it gonna manage? He says, perhaps you should wear different attire, Kaza. Look at this fine woman over here. She is wearing a robe. And Karza says, no. In the stories that were told by Goldleaf, he spoke of his special pirate friend, Seraphim, and that one of her greatest assets was her willingness to be free, carefree, and focused only on the future. I don't want to worry about such petty things as what I'm wearing. I want to worry about finding out there. And then she points hard and fast to the horizon, boobily.
Goldleaf is just nodding behind her.
You see Puck take off. He now has a flight speed from his nosebleed. Just
Like a rocket.
yeah, he hits like the side, and he just sort of spins until he runs out of blood, like a sad bottle rocket.
In the meantime, Cloudhoof just walks by in nothing but a loincloth because he's getting ready to go hang out with the fire elemental. It's gonna get hot.
It is.
Like sweat lodge it up.
Let's see. Yeah, where's that particular information? Asmira. There we go. All right. So you're gonna donk on the engine as you guys are flying around.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. She she will peer at you through the I guess peephole of the engine. She looks insane and dangerous. What's the play? You can't open it while the ship's in flight, or it would be very bad. So you'll have to communicate to her like you're visiting her in prison.
I'll use sign language to see if they know sign language.
They narrow their eyes as you make a series of complex gestures at them. And then they start licking the superheated glass, which leaves behind pieces of burnt flesh that then burn away.
So no there. I guess I'll try speaking in Ciceran. It said primordial tongue, so possibly the.
So you didn't opt to take the crash course training from Minotaur Lady?
I just don't have anything else to swap out. Like I only have three
I gotcha,
languages.
Gotcha. Okay.
I only have a +1 in Intel, so I don't have any.
Okay. So as you are kind of communicating to her, I would accept nature, arcana, or diplomacy here.
shot. Lose a hero point. Why not? One higher. That's awesome. That sums it all up for me.
It re-rolled with our little homebrew.
Oh, with the
roll.
lower.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So as you're talking to her, she seems amused by you, and you seem to be kind of helping her with her boredom, but she doesn't really seem to understand you so much as just your intent, like, if that makes sense. And yeah, I would say that it was ultimately a positive interaction, but you won't know for sure until you are, I guess, brave enough to uh, let her out? Question mark. Which, however you decide to do that, I support you.
I think it's just a bad idea, honestly.
I mean, there's been worse ideas. Worse ideas.
As much as everybody wants a redemption arc for everything, I think that sometimes you can't redeem.
All right.
I can
I will roll the piloting check on
Thanks.
Dust real quick. Let's see. And he gets a circumstance bonus. Which is it? Did you critical on that? Did you get 25 or higher, Songbow, when you checked? Or
On my
diplomacy? Oh, you did. Yeah. Okay, nice. All right. Here we go. Okay, yeah, 27. Yeah. All right. He gets you guys back. In what feels like a day or so, maybe less, and you break through the dense, damp fog that clings to this area, making the hex perpetually the Pacific Northwest of the United States of America. And you can see the allies that you left behind are still hard at work, coiling like old school Warcraft orcs, just zugging the fuck out of the rocks and the trees all over the island, carrying all the supplies back for the reconstruction, repair, and clearing of the ruins to try to get things nice and fancy. I will advance the time to the next day. And checking your calendar. All right. Where the fuck are you at? Here? Okay. So you have on your calendar today, and then 2, 3, 4 days until all the debris has been cleared. So you're coming up on the debris being cleared. And then 11 days until the cracked foundations, cracked fortifications are being repaired. So it's still a ways out for repairs, but everyone has been working hard on it. When you return, just everybody's there. I'm going to go over to the NPC map because there's a lot of people. And I want to. The whole point of this was not to drag a shitload of miniatures back out onto the scene. So, I guess I'll meet you there. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let's see. What music do you guys feel fits your base under construction vibe? Base building music. Feels like Minecraft, honestly. That's good music. Base building
Probably.
music. Extended. Minecraft building music is such a vibe. Like Clash of Clans builder base attack music. We don't want to be attacked. That sounds scary.
That's for the inevitable fight that you're gonna bring to our doorstep.
Aw.
That's
This sounds nice. Okay. This is from a game called Atelier Ryza 2. I definitely mangled that. Sorry, French.
That's
You played that one? Is it good?
I've played one of the other series, but yeah.
Okay. There's like a new Tales game that they remastered that is about Sky. I think it's about Sky Pirates. So I was kind of interested in checking it out, but I don't know. All right. You guys arrive back at the base, and you are greeted by everyone that you left behind, and your NPCs all mingled together. It's beautiful. It's like when you take your Pokemon on a picnic. You know what I'm saying? They're all like hugging each other, playing soccer. You know, things Pokemon do. Eating donuts. So let's see. You left Naman with the island over here.
The Fae.
Yeah, and then you left Oscar with these women over here. All right. Okay. Michael, the snapping turtle, looks around for his very good friend, Inky Baby. Doesn't see him anywhere. and
I
he
thought we
just looks-
promised him on, but he wasn't with us.
Promised to.
For Amon to hang out with the Fae.
Yeah.
What?
Naman's with the Fae.
No, you promised Skelebrosif would go,
Oh,
and that
that's
you would
right.
you would drop
Skelebrosif,
him
okay.
off. Yeah, that you were going to drop him off. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's the opposite direction of Port Peril or any of your other quest objectives. But so let's see. Yes, Nizuki Pawn, very very excited to see her old friend Silvereye. The women embrace fiercely. And Nizuki Pawn loses her composure and starts to sob. Quietly, she and Silvereye walk away down a forested trail, and you can hear Nizuki Pawn quietly telling her the ordeal of being captured and experimented on, and they had children down there. It was horrible. If it wasn't for these people, I don't even want to think what other horrors we would have had to endure, etc., etc. And you see Silvereye look back over her shoulder at you guys, and she make a smile like her token for a change. And you see 2 green plus signs appear above her head.
Just give her a thumbs up as she walks away.
And I think that might actually unlock her first tier of B-team ability. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Right. So then let's see. Those 2 are handled. As soon as she gets a chance, Devara Kren finds a place to be a loner off by herself. Alright, Iron Queen is joyous. She goes and she checks on her ship to make sure you guys haven't damaged it too much. And, let's see. I guess I'll just, to give you guys a sense of what's going on. Clive and Garrick working their asses off. Samuel seems to have sort of like joined them as like the 3rd musketeer type situation. You see that Miranda is doing her best to sort of like guide and lead in your guys' absence the repairs and whatnot. And that curled around her neck and shoulders is Jody the Snake. Let's see. Okay, those guys are all new. These guys are handling cooking and rations. No problem there. Right. Celeste is still taking care of your boy Loritz. So you can check in on them. The three Dombeek Raiders, the three sylphs that you guys shanghaied, they are thick as thieves, which Rice or Reese Irongale Durnall does not think is good. Generally, you don't want the Shanghai people to be so tight knit and working together, because it usually means they're planning a mutiny or an escape. Historically, Bubbles confirms this by showing you an earlier chapter in the Skull and Shackles saga. The undead. The undead have devoured nearly all the goats that are on the island. So food is running low. Seraphine did sequester away as many goats as she could in case you guys wanted to try a slime goat domestication, like livestock situation.
Okay, because we know Radish, were they experimenting on making any type of goat meals appetizing?
If you have not learned from the Tomb of the Cursed King, these three will cook anything into food. They will serve anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Have they found a way to make it actually feasible to eat in any way, shape, or form?
It tastes rotten, but it hasn't made anyone sick.
Okay.
But they can't seem to get the cottage cheese texture. They can't seem to do anything with it. They've even tried like tofu techniques on it. It just sloughs away in your mouth. It's just a real gross mouth feel and smells like rotten meat no matter what they do to it. But nobody's gotten sick. And there's no skin and no bones left. The undead are they don't waste a single piece.
Well, maybe we could just keep them breeding them as food for the undead. They don't mind it.
The problem is these undead, they were ravenous because they hadn't eaten in hundreds of years. Some of them only need the breath of creatures to live, and here in the elemental plane of air, they are actually kind of being sustained just by the environment, so that's good. But the more traditional ones that need like meat or bones, things like that, they definitely overate. And so they should be okay for a while.
That gives us time to get the population back up.
Yeah,
well, we're about to put their asses to work, so.
Captain Shen, he definitely lets you guys know that he's got his crew. They're behaving themselves. They haven't killed any of your people, which is to say our people, because friends, allies. So he just he greets Captain Jade and is just like, Captain Jade, you've returned. Excellent. What are the new orders? Hopefully something a bit more exciting than moving rocks around. Captain Jade can defer to the rest of the crew in these trying times.
Do we officially want to recommend that they take the stash into the Sky Bleeder and go try to either get another ship or trade it for money?
Yeah. Is there anything
should we first try to swap out the engines?
Also, all of these scenes are going to be wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. So don't worry. Like, oh no, I should have gone to this person first or this person first. Like, we'll just knock them out each scene as we come across them.
That's what I was gonna
Sure.
suggest at some point. Since you said it was about 4 days until the stone clearing is completed, maybe
Yeah.
we wait until that is completed before we head out on our next thing.
And in that time, I could work on the engines.
Right, and then finding a way to transfer the engine over from the Sky Bleeder to the Sky Haven.
Okay. Oh, are you talking about you would put the whole engine with the fire elemental and everything on the Sky Haven, and then you would give them your
Sky
Alchemical
Bleeder with a traditional engine.
with the clockwork engine. Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't
Wait, I
think
thought we had a backup engine.
Well, we have the Sky Haven has the float stone,
Sails.
and then
Yeah,
it also has
Oh, gotcha.
alchemical engine,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then the Sky Bleeder has a fire elemental engine. And so, if we could sort of remove the engine block, so to speak, of the Sky Bleeder and swap it in for the alchemical engine, and swap the alchemical engine to the Sky Bleeder.
Right.
Okay.
So then the Sky Haven will still have the float stone as backup,
Yeah,
but we'll be using the elemental as the main.
right. Well, actually, one way or the other.
Until we eventually find a way to replace that.
Yeah, until Codhoof builds up enough rapport with the fire elemental to officially partner with her. Which I definitely think means we need to take the
Iron Queen with us.
with us. Which I was going to say we should probably do anyway.
Okay. And if you're bringing the if you guys are using the Sky Haven, then you can afford to have, more than just a small team, right? Because it
Right.
can accommodate a lot of
Yeah,
crew.
I think it was just because of that infiltration mission we had to go with a little bit slimmer group.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess we'll inform Captain Shen that once we're done transferring the engines from the Sky Bleeder and Sky Haven, you and your group are going to be going for what the name of it is? It's like the something Spire, where the undead and vampires are, to trade on our behalf.
Hmm.
It'll be your first.
Interesting.
It'll be your first mission as sub captain.
This seems like the opposite of piracy. You're asking us to be merchants.
Well, I mean, if you feel like you're getting a shit deal, be more than willing to kick some asses. But let's at least try the first option initially. And if there's anything that comes along the way, yeah. If you come across anyone along the way there that gives you some shit, you have free reign to kick their ass.
Excellent. My crew is ready to set sail as soon as Captain Jade gives the order.
Certainly. He looks at Captain Shen. It's like, I see the specific wording you just said, motherfucker. You know what? I'm gonna let that slide.
I mean, he's...
Yes, I know
he's
that
doing-
the contract was between him and Jade, so he understands that. But it's like, all right, I see you.
Evil genie rules.
All right. He says, I have more than enough creatures, men, women, and things to man that ship without issue. Do you want to send anyone with us to keep an eye on us?
Was there anyone you felt in the time here your crew is bonded with that would mesh well?
Maybe another undead representative.
He says, we had talked about perhaps I diplomatically give you a meow and, keep her safe from possible retribution should her treachery ever come to light.
Right.
And then you, to make it seem less like I was banishing her from the crew in disgrace, it is more that we are just exchanging crew.
But as a captain,
I will
As
say
divinity-
that the one known as Bubbles has made
Table.
quite an impression. Ah, a shame. What about Skelebrosive?
He's actually going to be needed for something.
Well. What about Devara Kren? I've heard she's of dubious moral alignment, willing to do anything to win.
I don't hate that.
Though my understanding, I'm a bit of a gossip monger, is that she wants to rescue her pet from the city of Amun Kalara. That seems like it's a ways off, though.
we'll try to get back in touch with you before we do.
I'm sure
And
she's
no,
too
not endeavor.
proud to say anything, but I think if she is assigned to my ship, if I casually mentioned that you had given me your word, you would make every effort to rescue this coin creature, that it would go a long way towards morale. You start to wonder just how much gossip mongering is this psychic skeleton samurai been doing?
I guess gossip, not just diving into people's heads. Just freeform, freestyle dive. I mean, I'm also not opposed to the idea. They'll probably want to talk with her about it, just so she's not. She doesn't become murderous towards us.
Ah, yes, of course, of course. It can be very uncomfortable for the living to live amongst the dead. But then again, she has earned such punishment, has she not?
She has.
Well, that would get her out of harm's way for others who would want to do her harm
True.
because of her past.
Oh,
Can't have her
yeah.
hanging around the Hydra Forge if they're gonna move the island here.
That is actually a
Yeah.
good point. We've been talking with some of the people from Terranathis who had left the city. Minotaurs and other stone folk. They're going to be bringing their island to our island and merging them in the near future. So this place will be quite expanded, maybe by the time you get back.
Interesting. When you get back is such an interesting term, too. As an undead who was imprisoned, buried alive, and then rose again because his indomitable will, plus, selling his soul to devils, wouldn't allow him to rest. I've sort of lost track of how time even passes anymore. It hasn't gotten any better since you freed me from my imprisonment.
Well, having a plane with no day or night, except for the sky, does that, unfortunately.
Interesting. All right. If you feel that you and or the captain should speak to Devara Kren about her new assignment, that's fine. I will meet with Meow and explain the situation.
With Meow's past with building the crypt, she might be good for helping building infrastructure here, teaming up with the Cobalt.
Oh, do you say that to Captain Shen? Because he'd be, he loves hearing praise for his subordinates. He can't swallow
I
with
would say
pride
that.
since he doesn't have lungs or muscles, but he stands a little bit taller, which is quite tall. And he says, "Yes, she is brilliant. That is why I want to save her from a fate worse than undeath, if her treachery were discovered. And please, it is a secret between us allies. I don't want my crew to think I've grown soft. But, as I said to your captain, my imprisonment gave me a long time to think about how things went, and about the man I was, and the monster I became. When the people I cared about died, I died with them, because I stopped being the man they loved, and became a monster consumed with hatred and vengeance.
Well, it's one of the great things is you have all the time in the world to write your new self, however you'd like.
We'll see.
You know, it's not often that someone takes an introspective to their life. Glad you're able to do that.
Yes, thousands of years imprisonment with nothing to do. Eventually you're forced to, I think. But we wouldn't have had that if not for... Yes. Anyways. Alright.
Get you and your
Back
crew
to
ready.
it.
We'll speak with Devara.
Okay. Alright. Let's knock it out. You guys go to speak with Devara. Okay. She says, "What do you want now?"
Well, we think it'd be best that you get started on a mission as soon as possible.
You mean I'll be spared the manual labor that's we're being forced to do? Hauling stone, wood.
More like training for the physical labor that is manning a crew for a ship.
Ah, so I will be setting sail with you on the Skyhaven to go to Port Eclipse?
We had a different idea in mind.
Her eyes narrow to two glowing red slits. She says, "There are only two ships, and only two captains. You don't mean to send me off with the undead, do you?"
Well, the other option is we have the Minotaurs from the Stone District, including 3 very powerful witches who kind of have a knowledge of your past. Who are going to be moving the whole island here.
It was uncomfortable enough on the ride over here with that dairy cow staring me down every time we locked eyes. I could see the hatred there. Apparently, one of the children that you were unable to save, and that I am responsible for the death of, I suppose, was her relation.
So you would agree that the best course of action might be to get you some distance.
I wish I were alright with death. I would throw myself off this island right now.
We're finding out you don't really die. There's a good chance you don't really die if that happens.
You'd probably just come back as a returned. So how do you feel about that one?
Or something bigger would try to eat you.
Or that.
I tried to eavesdrop on the research that Songbo was doing into the research that we stole from the city. Is the return phenomenon getting that bad?
At the mention that anyone is interested in the research he's been doing, he immediately just starts like word vomiting everything that he's learned.
Yes, the fashionable hat that Cloudhoof was wearing goes poof and turns into Songbo, and he immediately starts talking about the resistance. And she says, "All right, well, is it?" I mean, she has a pet mimic, so she's kind of used to that kind of shit. Songbo doesn't faze her.
There's a chance it's much worse and getting worse.
Getting worse.
Well, there's just nowhere for these spirits to go.
That doesn't make any sense. But then again, nothing about this place makes any sense. She looks over across the way, and you see that Shen has all the undead lined up for ship shape inspection, and it's rough. It's rough over there. And she just kind of furrows her brow. And she says, I'll do it on one condition.
Hmm.
And I know I'm not in a position to make demands, but they were saying that at some point you might be going to Armun Kalara.
That is correct.
You see one tear start to well in her eye. She almost punches it away with her knuckles. Just kind of rubs it hard. She says, I think Coin Purse was sent there by the Dombi Creators. He would be a great oddity here, and the Jathun like to collect such things. If you can you get him out of there for me?
I feel like that's
She looks away and she closes her eyes.
I feel like that mission is
The only
far
thing I've ever cared
off.
about. Oh.
I feel like that mission is far off. However, we do intend to go to Aman Kalara. If you are able to do well in helping Captain Shen with his task, I think there may be a consideration for you to join us when we even go to find coin purse and the other things that we are looking for. That's my condition to you.
All right. I'm in no position to negotiate. Then, fine. I don't want to die, and I certainly don't want to deal with those Minotaur when they get here. So, yes, I'll do it.
And I have a feeling with that crew, you'll be able to find some fun mischief to get into.
They do have an order to, well, I guess not so much go around killing, but freely defend themselves when it comes out. So if you feel like you need to take out some frustration on some poor sap, go ahead.
All right. My life has been forfeit. If this is what you want me to do, then this is what I'll do. She takes a deep breath. She heads over to the undead. She still has her disguise shy primary school teacher on. Okay, I'm gonna...
Wait, what? When did you have that?
When you guys were disguising yourselves in town. Everybody had
Yeah.
different disguises. Remember Mr. Utters and stuff? It was a while ago, but...
Oh, that's what
I guess
she had. I even realized that's what she had
Yeah.
chosen.
Yeah, she would have definitely taken... Well, you know what? Maybe she just kept it on this whole time. To try to minimize being recognized.
You know, it's a good very.
Yeah. All right. So that's settled. All right. Do you guys want a formal swap of Meow for Devar Kren?
I'm good with that. Everyone else is.
All right. You are told that you could find her and Skella Brosif. They are working on getting some of the old machinery up and running in the main building. All right. when you track them down, Skelebrosif, he looks at you guys through his dope-ass spectacles. And he says, well, there you are. It's been a while. Thought you were just going for a couple of days.
Has it not been
Well,
a
you know
couple
how
of days?
journeys can change. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yes, well, it's good to see you. And you hear a voice that says, oh, Brosif, is that the crew? Are they back? And he says, oh, yes. And he leans into you guys and he says, hey, Meow put on quite a bit of weight while you guys were gone. The undead, they went on a feeding frenzy. It was disgusting. She's also been obsessed with moisturizing. Somebody gave her a mirror. She cried for a few days, but she's tried putting herself back together. But try not to make a big deal about it, all right?
Is that why you made her token invisible?
All right. So Meow comes from around the corner, and she is she's moisturized.
Wow. All right.
And she says, oh, you have returned. That's wonderful. Skelebrosif and I were working on getting some of this old equipment back up and running. It's fascinating what they have invented in the time that I have been imprisoned. And then you see her kind of put her fingies, clasp her fingies in front of her, and kind of like shake her hips. You could definitely tell, as a bard, that she's fishing for compliments right now with her body language. But behind her, Skelebros is shaking his head no, doing like the thing across the throat, pretending to throw up. Like you're not sure where he's coming from, or what's going on with the two of them. But maybe as a skeleton, he found her more attractive when she was an emaciated husk.
They got their type. I mean, I think
He likes them bony broads.
he doesn't like thick girls. See him? Yeah, Goldleaf will throw a compliment her way. More towards the line of, you guys have been doing a good job trying to understand this stuff. Definitely appreciative of the two brains working on this stuff.
Okay. Yeah, she seems pleased. Any praise is good praise. She hugs Skelebrosif. He looks at you guys from the embrace, and his eyelights have dimmed to two tiny flickers. Like, When she lets him go, though, the eyelights burst into flames. And he gives her a big, happy skeleton grin. When she turns around, he's forced to see her fat mummy ass that's nicely moisturized and filled out again, and he just starts making like gagging gestures as he looks away, horrified. He does the Drake no thank you gesture towards her when that happens. He then says, what's the next mission? I'm sure you could use my help. Where's my little boy? Where's that little songbow at? I'm sure he wants me to hang out with him, right?
We do have a mission specifically for you, actually, and we can hang out all the way there.
Excellent. Okay. Meow says, "Oh, where are we going?" As she grabs his bony hand with her now fleshy and moisturized one.
So you're like a at least you have passable knowledge of necromancy, right, Skelebrosa?
He says, "Oh well, yes, of course. I am a skeletal mage."
That's perfect. So, we need you to talk to the Fae. They had questions.
That's not the direction I thought you were going to go when you asked me about my necromantic knowledge. The Fae, historically, do not like necromancy.
Well, that's why they needed help. They didn't really have any experience, and we thought, we know someone who's perfect for the job. But
Songbow, you're forgetting the important part. Why they need the necromancy.
This would be after we go to the library. That was the important part, right?
No. They're looking to make constructs for the reborn to house the reborn.
Oh yeah. That too. They have a problem where the returned keep coming and like inhabiting like the plants and the animals and like killing the soul or absorbing the soul or maybe just displacing the soul. We're not really sure. Anyway, they would like that to not happen. And so if we can make bodies for them, or you can show them how that could be done, then they wouldn't have to worry so much about that. And they wouldn't have to like throw them over the side or have them be fed to other animals or anything like that. It would probably just be better for everybody. Plus, then the ones that inhabit the bodies that we make, or they make, or you make, we could sort of add them to like our group of people and keep them away from Terranathus.
Meow says, "Oh, this is wonderful. We can work on it together." And he looks at you and he says, "Surely this is a Fae would not want too many undead in their sacred place of life." And you see the highlights through two tiny pinpoints as he looks at you meaningfully.
I mean, they did specifically ask for a person.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
But I don't think, one other is going to make much of
He immediately whips his skull around. You see the eyelets go with the two tiny little pinpoints as he looks at you.
We're sending Navarro, and we need to keep Meow with us. That's the exchange.
Oh,
Miss Meow.
So I will be going with you to drop off Skelebrosov?
Well, yeah, we'll probably go to Port Eclipse first, and then sort of backtrack a bit, and then go to the A City.
Well,
this is
Miss
so
Meow,
exciting.
I wanted to ask you.
Yes?
Your expertise is in construction, right? The building of that amazing temple. I mean, that amazing prison was.
Technically, it's in accounting and legal lore.
But you did assist in the construction of the crypts, right?
Well, yes, but I mean, I don't consider architecture to be one of my primary fields of study.
Well, we have the rebuilding of this place requires a keen mind. And we have acquired a stonemason to help. And I was hoping with your knowledge and their skill, we would be able to help turn this into a great fortification and city. One day.
Oh. This is a very important task.
Well, I guess more of a fortification because Carthon would end up being the city, right?
Right. We have they're
fort to defend.
They're actually going to be moving a whole nother island here, which is amazing. I can't even wrap my head around that.
Yeah, so that was why our trip took a little bit longer.
Okay. Well, the reason that she's downplaying it is she has a plus 17 to accounting, but she only has a plus 14 to architectural lore and legal lore.
Well, she could also help manage the finances of the island. I mean,
she's like one of them academics that has like 7 degrees, but doesn't think they're smart because they never got a doctorate. You know what I'm talking about? It's those kind of vibes. Skelebrosov turns to her, and he turns that charm up to 11, and he says, "Oh, my dear
friend, meow. Don't you hear what they're asking? You going to be like the mayor. The mayor of Cloud City.
And she says, "Oh, the mayor?" And he's, "Oh, yes." He looks over at you guys, nodding vigorously.
And you,
Yes.
you're a hot secretary.
And she says, "Oh, did you hear? He said you could be my hot secretary." He looks at you.
If Goldleaf could grin, he would be doing that right now.
I thought he could grin. It's just really creepy.
Oh yeah, I
He
thought
could,
his,
but
his
he's
thing
not
on
doing it.
hinges or whatever.
He's-
Doesn't he
he's not
grin like
doing-
a lizard or something? Okay.
Well, like the cracks will form to start shaping
right,
into a
right.
smile, but he's not doing that right now. But
Okay,
there may be
okay.
a very, very small crack that looks like a grin.
Scalabrosa says,
Yes, of course. Sure, but only after our individual tasks have been dealt with. I mean, I feels like what I'm being asked to do is very important for the souls that are unable to, pass on and such.
That is correct. You two
She
have
says,
some
You're so
very big
noble
jobs.
and so smart. She runs her meaty hand, plump and moisturized, over his dry skull cap, knocking his hood back.
You say plump and moisturized, but it's just a normal hand for everyone else. It's just to him. It feels that way.
You see him shudder a little bit. Meow thinks he's shuddering from anticipation.
Excitement.
You guys have never actually seen him with the hood off. You see that the skull of Skelebrosif is etched with innumerable magical runes.
Does it seem like it's in any particular language or just arcane talk?
It kind of has this vibe to it.
Okay. Wait,
Yeah.
the skull looks familiar.
Oh, that's cool.
He quickly pulls the hood back up, but you do recognize that they are Caesarian runes of.
Oh, I know that language.
Yes, they apparently, after they burned him alive, they desecrated his remains. 'Cause they are marks of desecration.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Jathum they don't forgive easily.
Oh, didn't you guys in shit campaign? See campaign. God damn it. Skull and Shackles. Yeah, didn't you guys like fight on a skull? Have a fight on a skull or something like that?
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Skull Mountain. They fought a giant parrot. It
Yeah.
ate Django. I still hear about it to this day. So
Yeah, that's what I thought that skull looked like, or maybe it wasn't like all carved up with stuff on it.
Diodario was carved up.
Can I read his head?
it was briefly shown, but you may attempt to recall knowledge. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna boost you. You're coming in super low. Super low. Like you're on the other side of the room, bro.
Oh God, why?
I don't know. No, I already have you at 200%. I can't boost you anymore.
Hang on. Am I quiet for anybody else? Or-
You're
Also
very low.
Yeah, you're super
Alright.
low.
Let me see what I can do.
So if you've been talking like quietly, I don't know if anyone's heard you. If you've been.
No, I think
Okay.
incredibly depressed. So yeah, I'm trying to keep it.
Oh, okay. Roleplay. Okay. Well, all right. What's going on with Larry and Vetch? You've been awfully quiet too. You all right tonight? You feeling okay?
I'm here. I'm good.
Oh, okay. I see you're 875 feet in the air. I'll fix that real quick. There we go.
He's flying.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So Isaac, basically his skull has been defiled in such a way as you think that they intentionally set him up before death to not die so that he would burn eternally. Like, that's how mad they were at him. But these are actually necromantic runes in Susurran.
I mean,
He did say that they did.
burn.
They did skin him alive and then burn him alive. So I mean, it was pretty bad.
I'm as up as I can go.
Oh, there
Oh,
we go.
okay. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you better now.
I unplugged my headphone or like my mic and plugged it back in.
Okay, I'm actually gonna have to lower you from 200 now. Okay.
Yeah, you're back to
Nice.
where you were before.
Okay. Yeah, that was weird. Okay. So that's the situation with Meow and Skelebros. Skelebros definitely wants to go away from Meow. Whatever job you got for him, he's okay with it. Meow is hesitant. She's caught feels in a bad way. She's caught feels in a bad way from Skelebrosif. And I think that she has already been informed ahead of time by Captain Shen, who is always confident in his manipulations of others, that she would be spared being a member of his crew anymore. The dishonor of serving under a man she betrayed was too much for her. She probably would have told the others, and then they would have ripped her apart. So it's just best for everybody. It's just best for everybody. So she's willing to do whatever you guys need her to do, essentially. But she would like to do whatever you need her to do with Skelebrosif, her best friend in the whole world.
Try and keep them together as long as possible.
What did he do to you? What did Skelebrosif do to you?
Nothing. He needs to learn to be accepting of big girls.
I will say that I've been sitting on the rehydrated Meow art for a while, so I was like, yeah.
You've been keeping that one to yourself. Yeah.
Well, I generated just the nastiest, grossest, most dried up mummy cat girl I could, so that there would be enough of a shocking change there. Between dehydrated and rehydrated version.
And when you were saying that you
like in the mummy
created
movies. You know the mummy movies.
Yeah, I love the mummy.
Yeah.
We
I
watched
love
Mummy until
Mummy movie 4, bro. We're gonna see it
It's coming
first day
out.
at the theater.
Ah,
We're gonna
Brendan
see it
Fraser.
first day.
I love you, Brendan
Yeah.
Fraser. I'm glad.
Absolutely.
I'm glad The Rock couldn't crush your career like he wanted to. Oh, I thought you were gonna say like I generated the nastiest, dirtiest, and then I thought you were talking about this, or
Oh,
a variant
no.
of this. And I was,
That's
you're
nickname.
like, I did it before they removed like 4.0, where I could fucking.
Oh no!
get to do whatever.
You can't get results like this from GPT. You got to go to
Yeah, Grok or
Midjourney or one of the real weeb centric ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, this is from the Gooner minds of Pinterest. The Gooner minds of Pinterest. All right, so that's taken care of. Now, you should probably check in. Well, actually, I'm gonna ask you guys. Vetch, when you get there, what is your play? Is it to find a quiet place to rest? Is it to travel around with everybody hiding in Cloudzu's afro to kind of learn the lay of the land and the people?
Yeah,
Like,
I do think that he generally is just riding in the afro because that's the safe space that he can observe things from.
Mhm.
Yeah, Vetch is a very low level of involvement, honestly. Like, maybe I'm just having a tough time finding this character, but like the way he entered the group, he's kind of just by proxy a member of this crew, but you know, he
Okay.
just sort of fell into it, and now he's just trying to find his place.
Right. I'm glad that's the stance you're on, because Loritz is on this fucking island and he is conscious.
Give him back.
You can talk to him if you want.
No, I want you as Vetch to go talk to Lord. Vetch, come here. I want to introduce you to our other friend.
And I wanted to, I want to make sure this is Wimby Lobby Timey Wimey, so you guys can tell me when it's all over the priority order that you did all these events in, because it'd probably be very hurtful for Loritz to find out that he was like the 9th person you checked in on when you got back. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe he's maybe he's a practical guy. I don't know.
I think Lords would probably be in the top 3 easy.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I mean,
guys...
we're coming like right from the docks where we're landing, so we're gonna meet a couple of people along the way.
All right, then yeah. Let's cut to the Iron Queen, because she's there for her ship. You know what I'm saying? And she says imperiously to you guys,
Well, it looks like the ship is still in one piece.
Glad to see you too, Catherine.
she strides past you, and she knocks angrily on the window of the engine, and you see a blazing light from within, and she starts to speak in the guttural tongue of Pyric, which just sounds so German death metal. And then she looks back at you guys and she says, "Oh, your friend has woken up. My sister refuses to leave his side, but I guess there were notes or something. The big-breasted woman. She said that there was some theory that was being passed around that the ooze-infused stone on this island might have some sort of medicinal effects. I don't know. Not my fucking problem." And then you just hear her kind of baby talking to the elemental, but in like the horribly evil-sounding Pyric language.
That would be so hot if she wasn't so evil. Goldie just keeps walking. Goes looking for Celeste and Lords.
Right. When you find them, you see Loritz is being tended to by Celeste and Seraphine Sunshadow.
Oh, great!
So as you guys enter, they have sort of like a medical bay kind of set up in one of the rooms of the surface structure. They've kind of set it aside, cleaned it up, and you see Loritz is on like a stone, makeshift stone bed, and he stripped down, and his body looks kind of like slimy. Loritz, the treatment they've been giving you, they have been sort of like infusing you with like ooze that they've been scavenging on the island, and it does seem to be keeping the stone rot at bay and reversing the effects, but not permanently, and not enough to prevent you from having to talk in that cool gravelly voice. In your heart of stone hearts that this is not going to be a permanent solution. And Seraphim has already informed you that with the closure of the rift to the elemental plane of ooze, or the para-elemental plane of ooze, like, there's not a lot of this stuff. Like, they've been keeping an eye out for it. Everyone's been keeping an eye out for it during the renovations and excavation and stuff. But it has been enough. It's like radiation treatment, kind of. Like you're gonna make it for a little while. Like
Yeah.
you beat it for now, kind of thing.
I bought some time, but
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll go back into remission.
What's really incredible is Seraphine Sunshadow, doctor, one might say, came up with this cure and has refined it in the days since returning to this island. Celeste praises her as being an incredible scientific mind, brilliant doctor, and that Loritz, you owe her your life.
Yeah,
Perhaps we can
he
subtly spread word if might be a cure to the other gargoyles if there are any left in Ternathus.
Well, the thing is, like, again, with the parametal portal closed, like, I mean,
Limited
if you want to
resources.
if you do false propaganda, sure, but they've been scavenging as much of the ooze as they can for his treatments and just for testing and refinement and stuff like that.
Can they get it from the goats? Because the goats seem permanently changed.
Can they milk the goats? Oh my
For
god!
slime.
I mean, I guess you could try. No one's tried to milk the goats yet.
Okay, I feel like that's bullshit. You know, Squirts and PvP have tried to milk those things. That was probably like number 2 on their list.
I mean, you
have
could
to
check
leave
in
the
with them.
kitchen.
You could check in with them. They're in charge of keeping the remaining goats hidden from the undead.
How are you
And
making
who am I
milkshakes?
Who am I
I don't
kidding? The skeletons love milk, so they would have definitely tried to milk the goats. So, yeah.
It's the nastiest milkshake ever.
The only thing they can eat is bones. The only thing they can drink is milk. So, yeah. I guess they would have gone for the milk. All right, so Loritz, you're back in action, bro. Vetch, I guess you're a BT member now. Congrats.
He's safe.
Just as we
Thought that he
took
was
him away
ever
from
really
his
in
mouse girlfriend, though.
Yeah, you could have just stayed with your mom's girlfriend, bro. Well, she'll be here eventually. Then when
Hey,
the islands reconnect.
He's got a journey to go on.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Just don't mention, cockroach mouse babies, because Wes love generating horrifying art, so we don't want it to mention any of that.
It's already
All right.
starting.
Why would you say that? Why would you bring it into the universe?
now I want to see it.
Sorry.
He'll be
Please,
back in 2 minutes.
Please. So, continuing on. So I assume the core crew is kind of gathering here,
Yes.
and when he looks upon them, his gaze would rest upon Jade, as he would quickly shoot to his feet in the electric speed of a monk, and kind of like darting forward and throwing himself to his knees in front of her and like prostrating himself, pressing the forehead to the ground and like closing his eyes. And he says to her, he's like, Captain, I have failed in my duty to serve you, to serve our crew, and I have cost you time and resources. I swear to never leave your side and to always serve you in the Skyhaven. I know Jade's not here to respond to that, but
I think Jade would just hug him.
Oh, yeah, I think so
that
too.
tracks. Yeah.
Jade, he is moist, like a damp rock.
You look like that river slime on it, like
Yeah,
algae-like.
Like this is definitely the rock that you slip on and crack your head when you're trying to just have a nice
smooth sheen of
at the lake. Yeah.
Smooth sheen of algae to it that just makes it slick as all get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to jump over a stream once when we were on like a hiking trail, and like I braced myself, bent down to jump, and then as soon as I did, just and slid right into the stream instead.
Yeah, that's what his body's like right now.
That's fucking.
God damn it.
Celeste watches you, and again, she's not. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. She's a real gargoyle. You know what I'm saying? Not a Terranathus made guardian, right? And so she is sort of watching this behavior, in like awe. Like witnessing like another culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing some crazy shit that's still kind of like awesome. So she watches you like prostrate yourself and then get hugged, and then it's a very emotional situation for her. Delete.
It was really fucking bad.
I didn't need to sleep tonight. It's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe come back to the Hydroforge. There's dozens of those.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Seraphim takes off her glasses and wipes at some tears. And when she looks over, she sees you, Goldleaf, and you see on her face. Well, you could do a sense motive if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. You see her face alight with joy. But then it turns to annoyed disgust when she sees Songbow and Isaac standing behind you.
Songbow shapeshifts into a half elf with just ginormous tits, and just looks at her in the face and just shakes his head.
Oobly?
Yes.
Okay. He says, "Ah, that must be a new trick you've learned."
And then he shape changes back.
Well,
thank you, Celeste, for helping our friend to recover.
she says,
it means a lot to us.
I only aided when I was able.
There's no need for false modesty.
No. Your friend, Miss Dr. Sunshadow, she was able to create a treatment for the stone rot using the para-elemental ooze residue found on the island. A brilliant insight. And then the execution. I learned so much watching her work. It truly has been an incredible experience. I only wish that we had more of the ooze, that we could make a cure for everyone.
I would like to cut off this line of thinking immediately, because the last time... No, the portal of the ooze went horribly wrong. The last time that was tried. I think maybe we need to, like, it would be nice, sure, but I think maybe we need to look for a different cure.
Well, we were told that during your fight against the Slime Lord Thrawn, something like that, that there was reservoirs of ooze down there. Alas, when we went down, apparently those reservoirs, there's some sort of filtration system that kicked back in when the river started flowing again, or something.
If it was filtered, wouldn't it be somewhere still?
Maybe concentrated.
What do you say
that? Or
that?
it just dumps it.
Her eyes kind of like light up, and the Seraphim looks over at you, Isaac, begrudgingly. In that moment, she sees the brilliant teacher that she once knew, who threw his whole life away, became an embarrassment to the academic community, and broke her heart. And she says, "You're right. If we could find where the filtration tanks are, there's probably purified para-elemental ooze there. We could use that to have a sustained cure for Loritz and any other gargoyles who would want to benefit from it. That's very brilliant thinking, Mr. Edwards."
It almost pains her to give you a compliment.
I mean, it does. She took 5 mental damage. Here you go.
I mean, this is great to hear. Amazing to hear. Well done, Dr. Sunshadow. And looking forward to what you can accomplish alongside Isaac and Sambo on this matter.
Wait, what?
Bro.
Oh, yeah, speaking of which...
You're just in full troll mode tonight.
Oh, fuck yes, I am. Oh, yes, that does remind me. When we got to Terranathus, and then we'll start talking about, our situation there. We also found some research notes on the Returned. It seems some things have been penned by your father. Songbow had started looking into it, but I think this is a great time to have you two work together on this situation.
Captain Jade,
he looks straight at Songbow when he says that.
Please tell Songbow that I have to have access to those notes. I need to help investigate my father's work. Please.
I mean, I'm doing great by myself. Like, I've done fantastic so far.
Yep, and they say two heads are better than one.
Yeah, That's
Okay.
why Isaac is already here. What they say is 3 heads.
All right.
In the chef is
Captain Jade. She does the double pendulum hypnotize move on you. And with pleading eyes over her glasses, she asks with a quivering voice and a quavering voice and a quivering bottom lip, "Please, Captain, it means everything to me."
Well, that was pretty good. But it's best for the crew. So
I was about to say, I mean, she resists the double pendulum, definitely, but yeah, like
drives away and actually makes eye contact throughout this.
Mm-mm.
And she says, I think it would be best if you assisted.
See, this is how you know. This is how you know Nathan's a strong role player, right? Because even though he has control of Jade's character, he did something that his actual character would have hated for the role play. See, you let me control your character. The first thing I do is I have you take off your +1 leather armor, and I put on my character. Sorry, Ori. Look, I needed that armor more than you. I was frontline, and you know what I'm saying? I needed that armor more than you. So, Icewood Dale's a hard place.
It changes into a statue that's pouting with his arms crossed.
Beautiful. Okay.
Goldleaf just gives you a pat on the back.
Someday in my garden, I want a statue, a Tanuki statue that looks like Danny DeVito, so I can remember Songbook for the rest of my life.
You just got to commission somebody to do the 3D file for it, 3D STL file, and you can get it done.
Well, Jen won't let me get a chisel set because I keep almost cutting my fingers off. So like, but I'm.
Oh wait, you wanted to do this old school with like a chisel?
I'm convinced that I am convinced that I could carve wood. Okay, no, I've never been given a chance, but I like know it in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I know it in my heart that I could carve this Tanuki myself. I fucking know it. It's on my bucket list. I'm gonna do it. Maybe at a point in my life where I don't need my fingers anymore. We'll see. Where we're at. All right. So Loritz, I'm assuming they try to catch you up. Oh, is this alternate Bukake Loritz?
He's slimy.
Jeez. Damn, everything's slimy in that picture.
They have things like a gun, like a water gun.
Like a spray bottle just to keep.
He's. This boy's level 3. It's been a while.
Mechanically, you now have. You know how every ghoul character, I'm talking about the ghoul from the Fallout TV show, has to like take drugs to like keep going. That's you right now. Yeah.
You're taking my thing.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
You want to take drugs. He has to take drugs.
Hey, if I stop, I think I'll die. Which I was gonna try.
But it's not like a cool injection. You just have to like lotion yourself. Yeah, you have to lotion up.
Caught that, Isaac. Don't think you got away with that.
So three times per day. 3 times per day you gotta lotion up. And they're gonna try and send you off with as much of this medication as possible. But you do have a timer, like essentially, over your head. Now you can come back and see if they can work off of Isaac's idea of checking the filtration system for any more purified ooze. But in the meantime, you'll have a limited supply.
But yeah, like you were saying, this probably would be the best time to catch up, Lords, on everything that we've done since the ooze spike. That's when you went unconscious, right? Was around that time?
We had started fighting. What are they called? It's the slave island.
Dombeek Raiders, Jailer,
sorry.
Catherine,
Okay.
Catherine
Right.
Iron Queen
Yeah.
fight. Yeah, he was the only one in that fight who really got his ass beat hard, and
Yeah.
the rest of you just couldn't stop rolling nat 20s for that entire encounter.
I mean, getting
But
his
yeah,
card was like the Lorit special.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But it was kind of the timing of it was he just got beat so hard, like
His body's kind of
his
failing.
body kind of gave up the fight against the stone rod. Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, we pretty much would catch you up from that point.
And you got to level up to level 6, bro. Jesus Christ.
That's gonna. I'm probably just gonna be doing that between sessions. We'll be fine. We'll see what happens if we get in a fight. I'll just pop them up to 6 and we'll figure it out. Oh my god. Excellent. So yeah, he's like, it was an interesting choice to team up the Dombeek Raiders and also the undead. That was, and especially that took me by surprise.
Yeah, it's been a interesting week or so with the amount of people that we've been interacting with, and we'll probably come to interact with in the future. But wait, is it Tanuki also
Covered in
red?
slime.
I used the same prompt, so it made him a little slimy too.
Ah,
And there's like, as Lord says this, there's like a quick flashback to him like waking up and then like immediately trying to fight his way out of the Hydro Forge, like fight all the Dombeek Raiders and fight the undead, and they're like just trying to capture him and keep him from hurting himself.
Right? Oh man, everywhere you turn, just nightmare fuel.
But they couldn't catch you because you're so slippery.
Oh my god. Alright. You also learned, Loritz, while you were here in recovery, you got to hear all about things from Dr. Seraphine's Sunshadow perspective. So, everyone except Songbow and Isaac has been very heroic, very smart, and very capable.
This checks out.
Sounds like Songbow is always causing problems, and Isaac threw away his successful life and destroyed one of the most brilliant minds in the world.
Lord just gives you that kind of like kind of a furrowed brow glare. I think he does. He probably buys that about Isaac.
Right.
If I know Lawrence, I don't. I think he thinks the jury's still out on Songbow. He's like, he definitely has untapped potential, but he's a troublemaker. That one.
I mean, the only real example she has to go off of is the fight against the cube, which, you know, she keeps retelling to anybody that will listen about how Songbow almost got everybody killed by the cube.
I'm sorry, the fight that Songbow figured out how to disable the cube, that fight?
Listen, you weren't here. She was doing the recap for everybody. All right, like this, you know. Speaking of which, Cubey, he just kind of like follows her around. He's like action figure size.
Goalie punches.
Yeah. You also, Loritz, got to know Celeste. Celeste was a member of the Dombeek Raiders, but she had a change of heart after meeting a magical snake named Jody. Jody is a corn snake. She is a regular snake. She has been awakened, she believes at least, by the power of the goddess of death herself, who has tasked her with a very important mission, which is discover the source of the return phenomenon and stop it. And basically, you know, this she's the chosen of Pharasma, even though she's a level 0 corn snake. So Celeste told you
Jeremy.
that that Jody speaks with such faith and conviction about her mission and about the danger it poses, not just to the souls of the prime material denizens, but all of creation. And if there's such a danger out there, we need to stop fighting amongst ourselves and start working together to find a solution. And I've tried to tell my sister about that, and she just won't listen.
You can tell that Loritz is listening, enraptured in that the very, very patient, nodding sort of way, and taking it all in. He's a very good listener. He doesn't speak a lot while people are talking.
One of the nights that you are dozing, you are shaken awake, and there's no one else in the med ward except you and the Iron Queen. Her purple eyes glow, the only source of light in this this place where they've closed the doors to give you like a quiet place to rest or whatever. Your orange eyes glow very dimly because you're recovering and you're sick and everything. And she says, "I see that you've finally woken up. You treacherous thing. I don't know what you've done to my sister, why she dotes over you, but I will tell you this. If you hurt her in any way, I will break you apart piece by piece and smash those pieces into dust."
He looks at her very intensely and he says, "I would never bring harm to anyone that I call friend. It is my job to protect."
She narrows her eyes. She says, "Yes, I had wanted to speak with you. My organization, the organization I was a part of, but now aligned against." She just makes this face like she's so disgusted with herself and her situation. They seek the liberation and cure of your people. Did you know that?
I was unaware there was another force seeking the cure for my people. We had been under the assumption that the Assembly was seeking it. And we have bolstered our own efforts, but we are limited in what we can do.
The leader of the Dawnbeak Raiders is a gargoyle. In fact, the founders of the Dawnbeak Raiders were all gargoyles. As creatures of elemental earth that can fly, we often find the confines of the plane of earth to be too restrictive. Many of us migrate here to our elemental opposition and for some reason find a great peace and freedom that we would not find in our home plane. Those who stay here long enough become natives of the plane, a mix of air, earth. Your people are different. You are not gargoyles like us. You are a type of construct, creation of magic. But our leader saw in your people kin, and the treatment that you have received from the very city that you were built to protect from your own creators disgusted him beyond all measure. It drove him to a madness, a rage. He seeks the destruction of Terranathus. And his rallying call to the gargoyles of this plane is the liberation and cure of your people.
His brow furrows deeper and he looks away. He's like, "I've known nothing but the desire to protect Terranathus."
because
This
you
is
are
my purpose.
made that way. But there is more out there. There is freedom and free choice. What if I told you that the people that made you are the same people who have made you sick?
Can you prove such a thing?
I personally cannot. But the leader of the Dombey Graders claims this is true.
Is this a flashback? Have I talked to Goldleaf at this point?
No, it's wibbly wobbly timey wimey. So if you want to have talked to Goldleaf first, you can. If you, oh no, sorry, this is a flashback. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would have been while everyone else was gone. So she would have
Right.
talked to you before the party got back.
Yeah.
Since leaving Terranathus, I've come to understand there's more to the Assembly than I once knew. They are not simply benevolent leaders and wise people guiding Terranathus. They are of dark and mysterious machinations.
She nods. She also says, I am not a kind woman. I am not a gentle creature. Nor are any of the Dombey Graders. But our compassion for the plight of you and yours, our alien kin, it is real.
I would
Our
meet with your
methods. She says, I have tried to speak with your captain and the others. They will not listen to me. They are blinded by their anger at my crimes. Now that you have recovered, I wanted you to have this information so that you could do with it as you saw best. But if
cannot-
a meeting with my leader is something that you would seek, as a gargoyle, he will see you.
Time will tell if that is the direction the Skyhaven chooses. I cannot abide the way he chooses to help my people, begetting cruelty and slavery in order to free us. It is sickness and hypocrisy.
He looks at you, praisingly, and says, I see that you are possessed of kind heart. That's fine. I would not want my sister to have fallen for anyone like me. She deserves better than the cold cruelty that she would find amongst the Dombey Graders. Just think over what I have said. Know that there are others like you who see the plight of you and your people and are moved by it. Moved to violence, yes. Moved to cruelty. Moved to vengeance. But moved nonetheless. You do not suffer unseen or unheard. And then with like a flurl of like wings and robes and clanking armor and tail, she departs.
and then
Then we're back in the conversation with Goldleaf, and
then
he's telling her about that.
This is back in present day. Yeah.
And like he just kind of finishes recanting like a facsimile of that story to Goldleaf.
Oh damn. Okay.
Well, this is pretty similar to a conversation that we just had with the echoes at the Partholon. It's where we just came from, actually. They are also in the position, or at least building something. I'm not entirely sure. They also want Terranathus to be destroyed. Though we did express to them that, the innocent people and citizens of the city shouldn't have to pay for the cruelties and crimes that the Bastion Council and the Aether Blades are exhibiting, not just on the Stone people or the Stone District, but whatever machinations that they've been doing. They should be held accountable for that. I wouldn't be opposed to meeting with the leaders of the Stone Degraders, but it probably would also be a similar ask and request for them to not target the citizens when it's really the authority that has been doing the crime. Maybe if we can convince them of a similar direction.
Maybe we need not go to war.
Yeah. Man, there's just a whole number of things just targeting that damn city.
And he'll be like, I mean, if you were comfortable befriending cannibal undead,
Yeah,
pirates are hard.
that's true.
Pirates aren't really going to move the needle that much.
It's probably a step in a better direction, honestly. Well, we have an idea of where they're located. So getting there may not be an issue. But if they are pirates, they probably are going to, I don't know if they have orders to attack us on sight, just because we're another crew. I don't think there was any survivors from the other place, so we don't really have to worry about specific word on us getting to them. But, just by virtue, another ship in the sky is a rival to them, so we may have to worry about defending ourselves. But if we can find some way to talk with them, yeah, I feel like that'd be worth it. What about everyone else? I'm sorry.
I must at least know what he intends to do for my people.
I'm curious what the end goal is. Say if a cure has been found and everything in the stone rot has been reversed, then what?
Time will tell, I suppose.
What about everyone else? What do you think?
I don't see what they can offer us. It seems to me like we're already on our way to a cure. And we did it ourselves.
This slime, while it has offered me some temporary reprieve, hardly constitutes a cure. It is at best a palliative.
Sure, but it's a first step.
Yes. We must keep
Celeste
working.
here and her sister, they didn't know anything about a cure either. They said that their captain, their leader, wants to save the gargoyles.
Well, we still have to check with the
doesn't
Medusa,
do
right?
anything.
What was that, Cloudhoof?
We still have to check with the Medusa, right?
Right. We still have the Stone Ranch to see if there's anything that we can find in that direction as well. I don't know if it's one thing over the other, or if all of this can be additive on top of each other to finding one overall cure, or it could just be multiple sources of cures. Who knows?
Well, and remember that the Dawnbeak Raiders weren't just enemies of Terranathus. They were also enemies of Port Eclipse, and then presumably also enemies of Amon Kalara, and then also enemies of... They're just enemies of everyone that's not them. I don't think that's the same as any of the other alliances we've made so far.
But at the very least, if we're able to talk with their captain and to see what their overall idea and plan is, I feel like it could be worth it. But we definitely would have to be on our guard, just in case, well, either party doesn't find a common ground, and then it boils down to fighting, and then
I'm sure there's some good members of the Dawnbeak Raiders. We actually know that. We've met Celeste. But I don't think the leadership is at all worth saving.
Didn't we kill a lot of them?
kind of did.
I feel
I don't
like
have
they're
a
not
problem.
I don't think that
gonna-
was leadership. I think that was just
Not
That was-
leadership. I mean, just people in general.
It was more the crew.
Like, how would you feel if they killed, like, I don't know, like 10 people from our crew? You think you would really want to talk to these people?
I think it's
No.
more along the lines of we blew up their island.
That
You,
also is
did- you
true.
blew up their island. You killed everybody except for like 5 people.
Well, the main thing is that
We kidnapped, I think, everybody.
Yeah, we kidnapped all the rest, but they don't know that, or at least as far as we know, they don't know that. I don't think any communications have been sent out from this island to other places or whatnot.
Yeah, but there's many
So-
different ways you could, you know. There's
Right.
always a way.
Right. But as far as, that island, I don't think there is. All the survivors from it are on our island right now. So I feel like they wouldn't target us in retribution. Probably more just target us because we're a rival crew. Now, if they come to learn that we're also looking for a cure for the gargoyles' plight, that may change some things in their eyes, but if they start thinking of us not wanting to destroy Terranathus, I mean, is it an all or nothing thing? If you don't align with our thinking, then you must be our enemies kind of situation? Or I don't know. There's too many unknowns until we actually speak with them.
Agreed.
Do I have an inkling about any of this Dawnbeak Raider stuff from the time I was captured by them? Like, is this... Oh, no, we're noble people here to rescue the gargoyles of Terranathus against their tier... Like, is that just like a recent, PR rebranding? Or is that, a long-standing goal?
Are you asking me?
Crash
you-
Jim?
you-
Yes.
Are you asking like a particular NPC or are you asking?
No, you
I think he's looking for a
as,
recall
like
knowledge.
from what Songbo would know from when he was captured by the Raiders.
Oh, okay. So the Dawnbeak Raiders, from what you understand, they have been around the Elemental Plane Air for a while. They do predate the transposition. But they've only gotten really aggressive towards Terranathus in recent years. And they just, I mean, they're pirates, you know what I mean? Like they do human trafficking, they poach, they poach animals, if there's money to be made, if there's opportunities to be taken, if there's people to take advantage of, they are pirates. They are 100% pirates. They're not good people. many of them aren't even people because again they were founded by gargoyles. In the early days, they didn't even have ships. The first ships that they had in their fleet were taken from people that they flew onto their ships and killed them, but they were like, maybe we'll just keep the ship, and that's kind of how it all got started. But now they have a diverse assortment of members. So you've got, expatriates and returned from Terranathus. You've got people and creatures recruited from Port Eclipse, disenfranchised lower caste people from Armun Kalara. So yeah, it's hard to really believe that like they have any kind of noble intentions at all. But these two women who are sisters and are very different from each other do both seem to believe 100% that the organization is currently motivated by outrage over the treatment of the Terranathus gargoyles. And it is unusual because they've never been motivated by anything except capricious greed.
Pirating.
Yeah.
But it seems they found a purpose now.
Correct. And it's actually making them quite dangerous because if you're already powerful when you are unorganized and without purpose, when you become organized and purposeful and you're already powerful, yeah, like they've been increasing membership, they've been leveling up essentially. Do you think, from what you know of them, they would be a match for the naval power of Terranathus? Unlikely. Remember, Terranathus had airships back in Galarian because it was one of the more advanced cities in the world. But like when they got over here, they really kind of like upped their defenses just in case. You don't. Maybe, but like it'd be hard to siege that city. It's a city of wizards and steampunk engineers and stuff. But if they were undermining it from the inside, if they were gaining allies against Terranathus, yeah. And now that they're more organized and more motivated, that might not be outside of the realm of possibility. Because, yeah. Like you kind of witnessed as a prisoner, there was a shifting dynamic of like pirates who kind of missed the olden days, like the older ways of doing things, and were still adjusting to this newer way of doing things. And there was definitely like talk, you know what I mean, amongst the crew about like, taking more prisoners than usual, dealing with the Jathum more than usual. Making deals more than usual. Used to be do what we want, when we want, wherever we want. Skies are freedom, like that kind of thing. And some people said it just feels so political now.
Back in my day, I could just wear slacks and no shirt, but now I have to come in with a fucking tie.
Yeah, kind of had that vibe. Like again, like there was definitely a culture shift happening within their organization while you were imprisoned.
And I worked on the ship that had the cryo freeze on it, so I bet it was even more pronounced.
Yeah. So again, the stories that Celeste and Iron Queen are telling and have been telling to Loritz, they believe them, and given what you know, it is believable. But at the same time, the reputation of this organization is pretty vile. Like they're bad.
I look over at the Iron Queen and Celeste, and I go, "You guys are some of the new crew, aren't you?"
They
There was
say
a
no.
change There was a change in the rate.
We have been part of the Celestial Says we have been part of the Dawnbeak Raiders since we were children.
I'm really bad at age. I have no idea how old you are. Also, you're stone.
No, I mean, we are stone, but we are living stone.
Right, but
And-
like I can't tell how old people like that I am used to seeing are. I'm not used to seeing.
I understand your confusion. I understand your confusion. I am fully matured.
No, like like number. Oh right. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
that.
I am of a breeding age.
Thank you. That's
I can produce fertilized eggs after a coupling.
wait.
That what-
Okay, is that how gargoyles reproduce? Do you reproduce the same? You don't like bud?
No, that's how she leans in, hoping that Loritz can hear. That's how real gargoyles have kids.
So then I look at Loritz and I'm like, wait, Loritz, can you not have? Are you sterile?
That's usually a private conversations, Longbow.
Loritz, I'm pretty sure that the gargoyles of Terranathus do have eggs. I'm pretty sure you guys you get married, you make babies, like the whole deal. I'm pretty sure you also have eggs.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So do you think, just for example, you and Celeste could have do you have an egg together? How does that work?
Wow, are you just asking us in front of everybody?
Yeah.
I believe he's laughing his head off.
He completely has no filter whatsoever.
Is completely
Lawrence
derailed onto how does gargoyle physiology work now?
Lawrence can't exactly blush, but it's like a deeper shade of gray kind of on his cheeks sort of thing.
Oh, this is too
Songbow,
funny.
you know how we had conversations about things that are inappropriate to have in public? Usually anything to do with individual breeding is one of those subjects.
I didn't bring it up. I didn't start this.
It doesn't matter if you start it, you don't continue the conversation.
Well, it seems rude to just ignore it once it's open like that.
You continue it in private, not in public in front of everyone.
Okay, well now that you've made it like just out in the open,
So, I'm sorry, Goldleaf will kind of approach.
Celeste says,
Cloudfell.
wait. While we're discussing this, I have been curious, Loritz. Are there gargoyle children?
There are in Terranathus. We do reproduce, but it has become less frequent since the stone sickness started.
But we were told that you were artificial constructs made by wizards, which is also true.
Both of these things are true.
She seems like flabbergasted.
I mean, so were like owlbears or whatever, right? I think they still have owlbears in Pathfinder. I don't know. So
Listen,
were owlbears.
in my Pathfinder, we still got fucking owlbears. Okay?
They were
In my
made by
Pathfinder.
wizards originally, but they breed true now. Suppose the same could be true of gargoyles.
So you're an artificial life form that can then reproduce? That's incredible.
It is my understanding that they thought it would be more efficient than constantly having to use their magic to create new gargoyle.
Ooh, that makes it seem kind of bad.
As is everything else we're learning about the Bastion Council. Let's just add it to the list.
I mean, the gargoyles are basically like slaves. Like, you know, they're like
to protect the
forced in to
city.
protect a city.
Cloudhoof has given up
Come
and
on, you
excused
can
himself
extend
from this
that to
conversation.
anything. Like, oh, the professors are technically slaves to keep the population educated. Like,
They're not. No, they're complacent. I think.
Well, in either case, to get back onto topic, I don't feel like it would be a bad thing for us to talk with them. We probably just need to set our expectations that we may not see eye to eye with them. Would that be alright with you, Lords?
That is fine by me. There's more. There are things I must come to understand about the gargoyles of this realm.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing that we have Celeste here to help you out with it. And he does give you a little bit of a elbow nudge.
You actually see, just like the corner of his mouth, he smiles a little bit.
She's of breeding age.
Yes, that is accurate.
That's what the babies look like.
She nods at you, Songbo, and she says, "There, see, you understand how old things are."
Yeah, it's
You get
very-
you hear like a stomping sound in the distance. It grows more rapid and frantic and loud, heavy stomping. The door to the infirmary like smashes open, and you see the Iron Queen, and she says, "Did someone say something offensive about my little sister?"
Are you also of breeding age?
Why, you? Yes, of course I am. She looks at you, Laritz, and she points at her eyes with her fingers. She fucking points those claws right at you, like two daggers. And she says, "I'm keeping an eye on you. Watch
She
yourself."
sweats.
I know what that was about.
What a lucky man you are. Well, I mean, how are you feeling overall, though? Good enough to travel with us for when we do head back out?
Oof.
I
Dr.
do wish-
Dr. Seraphine Sunshadow, she puts her arm around Laritz boobily, and she says, "I don't know if my patient is ready to go out adventuring again without his doctor. If
I'm a
he
doctor.
but you're not his doctor,
I mean, I was passing him up before you.
and then see where that ended up.
He had a
Perhaps so.
terminal illness. We were
Well,
on a boat and
He
fugitive from a
doesn't
city.
look very terminal right now, does he?
That's because they're putting weird lime on him.
It's called
I had weird
experimental
slime,
treatments. And
I could have put weird lime on him.
no, you couldn't have. You would have snorted it.
No, I wouldn't
We
have.
actually did
Yeah,
come up
you-
with the idea of using the para-elemental ooze as a treatment when we were here the first time.
That's true, we did.
Like Isaac
Yeah,
and I
we-
came up with that idea.
Exactly, we did exactly.
Yes,
Now-
Isaac and I did.
Sure. Now, Captain Jade, I think Laritz. I won't speak for him, but if he wants to join you, I would like to go with you. One, because I want to help find my father. Two, I need to see that research material. And three, I want to make sure that I'm present to study the continued effects of the cure on patient zero.
Very bedside manner.
Songba says, patient zero implies he was the first patient to have this disease. I don't think that's accurate. Jade just like...
I'm using it as patient zero for the cure testing.
Yeah, the name.
The only reason you weren't with us when we went to Terranathus was there wasn't enough room on the ship, but of course you'll be with us.
Wasn't enough room. When you got back, it was like a clown wagon. You had so many people coming out of that ship. It was
Exactly. Imagine if
unbelievable.
there were more, it would have been untenable.
I see.
Claudo's gonna
But of
sneak up
course-
to Songbo,
Yeah.
nudge him aside, say, "Hey, weren't you thinking about looking at changing out the engines on the sky ships?"
Oh yeah. I'm gonna remove the alchemical engine from the Skyhaven, and I'm gonna install it in the Sky Bleeder, which we should probably rechristen at some point while we're here.
Okay. Les says, "Well, my sister's out there working on it right now. Why don't you go help her? Or she could help you."
No, it will definitely. maybe we can do like a 50-50 sort of thing. I don't really like to talk to the engine very much. She can handle that part.
Exactly.
While we were out, Sunsetto, I got you a new makeup kit.
Really? He said, "Oh, I see. Because you want me to look like your mother.
My mother's dead.
Then I'll put extra black under my eyes."
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
And then she gives you a stare that would light paper on fire. But she
You want to
pockets the makeup kit because she is running out.
I'm going to go stand precariously close to the edge of the island.
Okay.
So he's trying to get himself
He's
killed. Okay.
he's moodier than ever.
I think he found love when we were at Carthalon, but it also was literally tearing him apart. So, probably need to talk to him about that at some point. Anywho, Lords, it's great to have you back, bud.
It is good to be back.
Okay, well, Songbow is not here. Good. Okay. Goldleaf, can you fill us all in on everything that's happened?
And then you're asked to once again retell everything that happened.
I mean, it's literally what I talked about. Let's walk and talk. Let's walk and talk.
Okay.
There's some other people we need to kind of see around the island.
All right, who else do you have to check in on?
Miranda.
Okay.
And to get her up to speed with the 2 Minotaurs that we brought in to maybe help out with the construction of that statue for Naman.
Okay, so you introduce Foreman Miranda to new Foreman Docklob Stone Chewer, or is he subject matter expert and she's still project manager?
Yeah. She's project manager. He's subject matter expert.
Okay.
God, that's way too close to my fucking real life job.
All right. Well, you that's why. I mean, you know what it's like, bro.
Yeah.
You got to establish project manager, and then you bring in the subject matter expert. The go feel a little threatened. You know what I'm saying? The guys feel a little threatened. He says, "You're awfully big for a kobold." And he says, "Yeah." And she says,
That's all I had. Hi, my name's Miranda.
and then she starts to fill him in on everything that's going on the island. And he just nods sagely. It's hard to tell he's sagely with his adorable character art, but he is.
He's just
He's
always
also
so excited.
he's also a swobold, so he is of exceptionally large size.
Yeah, I was gonna
about
comment on that. He has a
Yeah.
medium-sized token.
Yeah.
Kobolds are really small.
Remember, these kobolds take after the minotaurs because these are revised kobolds, so they take after the most powerful creatures or the creatures that they respect the most in the region.
So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I have this minion character build that I want to try out, where they just like really liked this bald human man, so they turned into Tic Tacs. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, Goldleaf will kind of discuss with them about the statue in the Mon. How does he feel about making a dragon statue? I'm kinda
Okay,
curious.
he's into that. He's into that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, where would you want the statue made?
So she had said that to put it at the highest peak of the island. So I guess towards like
Alright.
up there, and then I guess the wire
Oh,
will
I
be flowing
see.
downwards to the rest of the island.
We could use it to power some turbines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it would be
Will
artificially
this be
creating, like,
infinite water,
lines.
or will we need to loop it?
You know, I don't actually know. I feel like she wanted it to... Maybe it... If you can find a way to loop it around, then that'd be great. If it can't, if it's not feasible, then don't worry about it.
We'll plan for both situations. Where's my team? I mean, sorry. Miranda, where is your team?
Miranda says,
Oh, I just make everybody do stuff.
he says, what sort of stuff? And she says, move rocks from one place to another.
Chop down trees.
So that means we got to bring in the
So you're clearing the land. And she says,
Yeah.
he says, but you haven't processed the lumber yet.
No.
Have you appraised the stone yet?
No.
I see. Okay. He makes a sigh. And he whispers to himself, Doc Lub, I don't think you're going to be a pirate anytime soon. And he gets out his clipboard and his hard hat. And then he puts a hard hat on Miranda and he says, safety first.
We'll take them on adventures eventually.
So I want to hear their conversation with our feline friends, since they have actually have knowledge of this stuff.
Goldleaf, as you go to leave, Karza Stormhorn runs up to you, boobily, and she says, "Wait, Quartermaster, please listen to me. I don't want to stay here and build stuff. I want to be a pirate. I want to explore. What's out there?" She points hard at the horizon, boobily.
So I said walk and talk when I was with Seraphim. So is she with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's with you. Yeah.
All right. So I'm just in between two mountain peaks right now.
Four mountain peaks.
4. Yeah. I was considering both things like these. Yeah. No, that's the plan. We are going to spend a couple of days here just to get resituated, get people back with what they need to be doing, and then we're going to be heading out again soon. So it's only going to be a couple of days, and then we're going to need to recrew the ship and then head out.
She kneels down. Be Princess Leia to your R2D2, which is a lot of kneeling down for an almost 9-foot tall Minotaur. And she leans down to look you in the eye holes, boobily, and she says, "Promise me, you won't leave me here. I want to be on that ship. I want to explore the world. Please." And Goldie, you feel like your life is in danger, and you look past her, and you see her childhood friend, who is not secretly in love with her and is only here because he too likes adventure, staring at you super hard.
Trust me, I understand your adventurous spirit. I have the exact same thing. You'll be coming with us when we head out.
Okay, she does a happy, like, Street Fighter Chun-Li victory jump up and down, and the encounter is cleared. Cloudhoof, can you close us out for the session? What is one thing that you wanted to, or one person or thing that you wanted to make sure was dealt with before we end the session?
Cloudhoof's, I guess, biggest thing would be actually having a conversation with the other sylphs that were here. Like, trying to get to know them, a bit about their culture.
Gotcha.
He hasn't really had that opportunity before.
I mean, they did try to teach you about how they measure time at one point. And then I guess people tried to talk to them about the science of, light and weather and things like that, but they couldn't really grasp it because things just kind of are or aren't here. And, magic.
Yeah, he casually dropped into conversation like, So how many Jathun are descended from princes and such? Is that a common thing?
Oh, okay, yeah. They will start dishing on the toxic caste system of Jin culture, and how everybody does everything they can to become either a prince or a princess. But there's so many princes and princesses that it don't really count for shit. But it counts enough because if you don't have a title, then you're casteless, and if you're casteless, then you're worthless.
And is that something that's automatically inherited, or if it's
Well, they look at each other, they look at you, and they say, well, I mean, a sylph can never hold a title, even if you're descended from the Sultanate himself. We're too present, Dappler says, like kind of patting himself. True, Jin, they're barely there. They're insubstantial. They're just living wind. We are amusing to them, perhaps even attractive for a time, but we are less than. That's part of why the three of us joined up with the Dombeek Raiders. We got tired of being servants and treated like garbage by people we couldn't even see. And he means that literally, because as you guys have learned, the Jin's natural state is to be invisible. Which, if you do plan to go to Armon Kalar, you may need to look into. Ways to see invisible creatures. Okay, yeah, but what you could do is, between now and next session, come up with like 3 questions about Jin and Jathun and Armun Kalara, or even Dombeek Raider adjacent questions, and I will say that the 3 of them answer. You know, she loved to talk about answer questions. This lady, she'll tell you everything. She'll open book. She'll tell you fucking everything she knows. All right, sweet. So we will end off there. You covered a lot of ground, trying to catch up with the different NPCs, trying to catch up on the development of the island and stuff. If you guys want to just be like, hey, Crash, just automate this shit, this is what we're hoping for, I can just plug in with your NPCs, like, okay, on the calendar, once they finish this, they'll start this, and once they finish that, they'll start that, and then it'll just sort of progress on its own. If you guys want to stick around and spend downtime here, and then you guys are doing the stuff and you guys are making the rolls, that's fine too. But, you guys have done a pretty good job of recruiting, NPCs, so if they're willing to work and you're willing to put them to work, that gives you more time to go out adventuring.
I know I kind of just said it, but does it make sense for us to stay for like the next 4 days just to finish up some stuff and then head out after
I think
that?
it's fine. I mean, yeah.
We gotta switch the engines. That can't be quick, right?
Yeah, well, switching the engines will take, I think, a week. So, like, between the two ships or whatever. So, like, and that's with people on hand. So you're gonna be here for, a week anyways. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I would just plan between now and next week to have your downtime book report ready, essentially.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I definitely feel like that's like a priority item, is getting those engines situated before we do anything else.
Yeah, okay.
And with everything coming up, I might need to switch out sign language for multilingual, just so I can get some of these elemental languages.
Ooh, that's true. It's not a bad idea. In this campaign, multilingual would actually be a pretty useful feat.
Now, if my form is primordial, would you allow me to use the elemental language of the creature that I turn into? Since they have a language?
I would say that the ability to speak a language wouldn't just be innate to having the creature's form. So I would say that you would probably want to pursue the actual language skills.
No, I'm saying if I knew the language, would I be able
Oh,
to
yeah,
speak that?
If you,
Because
yeah, exactly. If you were in that form, absolutely. Yep. If you knew the language and were in the form, definitely, that'd be fine.
okay,
I'm just
that
saying
way I have some way of
wouldn't
communicating.
you wouldn't inherit the language by turning into the form.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that completely. Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Okay. Then I guess I won't keep everybody up too late because I gotta get up early. I know at least one or two other people gotta get up early. So, there's so much more to do. Explore. Oh my god. All right. Well, it was a good session. I'm glad Laritz is back in action.
Yeah.
Vetch did his best. Did his best. And just take it from here. We'll see where things go. So, all right. Quick announcements. Got DirtCon coming up the first weekend of May. It's going to be 2.5-ish days of one-shots and gaming on the server. So block out your calendars for the first weekend of May. Don't do anything else that weekend. And then self-host. My initial non-official, non-enforced deadline was to try to get everybody onto self-host server by the end of February. February was a very short month and also a very busy month, so it did not happen. I don't want to rush everybody onto the self-host until I have everything exactly the way I want it, because if I have to tweak something, I'll have to tweak it on each instance of Foundry that I'm creating, and I'd much rather get everything working well once and then clone it and then get everybody over there. But I can say that it's very nice. It's been very, very nice in my test server. So I look forward to getting us over there. And that's about it. Anybody have any announcements before we adjourn?
Sign up for GMs for DirtCon should go out, I think, by Monday.
Hype. I'm going to run at least 2 games, so I'm looking forward to it. Running a little Sword World. Got a homebrew adventure I made. It's pretty exciting. And then I'm going to try to run a Draw Steel one-shot. So, we'll see. See what happens. Okay. Night, guys. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Good role play. And yeah, have a good weekend. Good night.
Yep, thanks
Good
for running.
game. Thank you.
Yep.
Good one.
Welcome
Yes.
back, Laritz.
Yeah.
I'll have to change you on the overlay now. Change your back. Alright, thanks for running.
Everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night, everyone.